Hi, I'm Nicholas Reid from Reid Corporate. I'm at the Resources Rising Stars Summer Series Conference here in Brisbane, and I'm joined by Matt Greentree, the Managing Director of Ausgold, that's ASX code AUC. Matt, welcome. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Matt, it's been an interesting start to the year for the gold space. The gold price is doing very well. What's your take on what's happening and what the outlook is for the gold sector?
You asked the easy questions first. Look, it's been very positive in the gold sector, generally for the producers, but just looking at the gold price independently, it's record highs in Australian dollars, 3,100 Australian dollars. It's a good price, and I think that's going to stimulate a lot of interest in all parts of the gold industry, particularly in Australia.
Absolutely. Record Australian dollar gold price, not a bad time to be developing a new gold project.
Absolutely.
So tell us about Ausgold. I mean, you've got a very large project in WA. Give us a bit of an overview.
Yes, so the Katanning Gold Project, it's the largest undeveloped open cut free milling project in Western Australia. It's over 3 million ounces in resource. We completed a pre-feasibility study in 2022, and that gave us a 1.28 million ounce ore reserve and 10 years of mine life. We looked at that again with a larger throughput mill, which also gave us another 10-year mine life, but at a larger gold production of 136,000 ounces life of mine. But in the first 6 years, it gives us 155,000 ounces. So it's a big project. I think it's quite a valuable project, and we're working really hard to see that value reflected in Ausgold's market capitalisation and share price.
Fantastic. And investors always like to know about upcoming catalysts, and
Sure.
Ausgold has some pretty big ones, I believe, with a feasibility study that you're working on currently that's not far from completion.
Yeah, so we're working through a definitive or a bankable feasibility study, and that's due for completion mid-year. But alongside that, we're working very hard on the permitting side, because that's a big value add and de-risking exercise for the company and for the project. Alongside those technical works, we're also acquiring some of the freehold land that the project sits on as well. So again, that's further de-risking the project for development.
Fantastic. So tell us about the location. It's a fantastic location, 3.5 hours drive south of Perth. Probably better known as farming country, but not a bad place to be building a new gold mine.
It is, and it's a very welcoming community because they like to see a new industry in the region. It's, as you said, 3.5 hour drive out of Perth. It's a 2 hour drive out to Albany. And what we're looking at there is really integrating with the local community. Katanning itself is a township of 4,000. We'll be bringing directly 150 new workers into town. So looking very carefully at how we do that. There's also some potential relationships and partnerships within the local industry there as well that we're looking at for that accommodation and how we integrate our workforce.
Fantastic. So jobs, investment, good location.
Yeah. What's
the timeline from here? Because that's what investors always want to know, what to look out for. So when do you bring that study to market, and what happens after that?
Yeah, so the study, really working through some of the final details then, but we anticipate the final completion mid-year. Alongside that, we're doing the permitting referral to the EPA, which is one of the longer lead items. That's about a year's worth of work in the process to get that completed. And looking at financing the project as well as alongside that. So these things are working in parallel, but they're important parallel work streams. And we haven't forgotten about the 5,500 square kilometres around us. There's a lot of work going on. A lot of it's low cost work, but it's also generating some really very interesting targets that we're working up. We've got some co-funding from the state government to drill 2 of these targets straight away. So that's in the pipeline as well. And it's 3 million ounces now, but we've got a view that this could be quite a lot larger.
I was going to ask you about that because investors in the mining space, we've all heard of the Lassonde curve where you go through that stage of construction and the boring stuff, if you like. So, but you've got an entire greenstone belt in your portfolio and very little work that's been done on it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got an area to the northeast that's particularly exciting at the moment. So it's the Stanley project, but it's an entire trend. So the Stanley project itself is a farming agreement where earning to earn 85% there. We see, though, there's a lot of opportunities along strike from that. There's been some very high-grade drill intercepts in the Stanley area, but we're also starting to see some very substantial and extensive surface anomalies that we're going to follow up.
Fantastic. And just a quick one, you're also not far from the Greenbushes lithium mine.
No.
So one of the world's biggest and best.
Yes.
And you are looking at lithium potential.
We are. Lithium's probably lost some of its gloss from last year, but we haven't forgotten about it. And we've done a regional study on our lithium potential. We used RRS consultants to help us with that. But alongside that, a few things have shaken out, a rare earth target, but also 13 new high priority gold targets. So it's been a good exercise to go through. And we're also looking at potential partners with that lithium story as well. So that, although that's gone quiet in the market, I think the majors are still thinking about it.
Fantastic. That sounds really exciting, Matt. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. It sounds like Ausgold's got a really exciting year ahead of it.
Absolutely.
Right commodity and a development project that is now starting to take shape.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. That was Matt Greentree, the Managing Director of Ausgold, a stock to watch for 2024. Thanks for joining us.